Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this May the 19th, which means it is the third Saturday of the month, which means that Frank Barton from the Barton Power Sports in multiple locations, and particularly with the main store in West Memphis, right across from the
Southland Park Gaming and Racing. We all call it the dog track.
The dog track, where you, if you ever watch Frank's crew over there, they get all those. I don't know, how many four-wheelers do you put out?
It's a lot. It just
it's
depends.
A lot,
Depends on the time of the month.
It is. I mean, they put all of them out to those places.
An hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon just to drive them.
Yeah, but the facility he's got is unbelievable. He's got some space back behind, and of course he got the Kubota tractors there, which I think are cute. Look nice out there. You don't have to back them up and put them up someplace.
They do kind of stand out.
Oh, they really stand out. And then, of course, this is also Guy Trebo is here, our webmaster for LROutdoors.com. And I know that we're going to be having a lot of coverage on an event that's coming up on May the 27th. I will be there. Not only will I be there, but I may have to do something down there. But we'll let Rick Lesley talk about that. He is the director for the 46th annual St. Jude Bass Classic, which is, I consider, the granddaddy of all the charity bass tournaments. I know that have raised over $4 million. How much y'all raised, Rick?
We're closing in on $5 million this year.
Closing in on $5 million for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It is an amazing event, and Rick, thank you for stopping by this morning. We're trying to hook up with Tracy Williams, who's also part of this Three Musketeers that I call friends, and I call Skip Moore. We wish Skip could have been here this morning, but he has some family issues health-wise, so we hope everything works out there. But Rick is in studio, and Rick, I know this year's tournament is it's May 27th. It's always on
Memorial Day weekend,
and it's always at Engineers Point. At Sardis Lake.
Underwater or not.
Underwater or not. Well, let's don't talk about that because I got to be down there, right?
That's right. You're going to be our guest MC, and we're so happy to have you.
Well, Rick, you don't know what really, it means a lot to me. You know, I've been passed over many times. I was second in the balloting 4 or 5 times. No, I wasn't. But I have. It's one of my favorite events. I couldn't come a lot of times because my uncle's birthday was at, and I missed some in recent years. But you don't even have to you don't have to bass fish to enjoy the St. Jude Bass Classic, because people describe that Sunday afternoon the way people are, and talk about the weigh-in, and it's an event.
It really is. We'll have. Usually about noon, we'll have the families that start coming in. And a lot of them are, the fishermen's families that start coming in. But we get a lot of locals that come down, and they bring tents, lawn chairs, blankets, coolers.
Yeah.
And they just kind of camp out for the event. We've over the past couple of years, we've incorporated some food trucks to come down so we can give them a little bit to eat. We've had some live entertainment in the past. We do a big silent auction, and we're also going to have our big live auction this year.
And that's a big fundraiser.
It is. Yeah. And I'll throw a little shout-out to Frank sitting here, because he's always so generous in donating items for our auction, which is, without people like him, we can't run it. So we're
I didn't
thankful
know that.
for him.
Thank you, Frank.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But it's a fun time, and then, of course, the weigh-in starts at 2.
At 2, okay.
And hopefully by around 4 o'clock, we're able to start announcing winners and passing out checks. And the goal is to, by 5 o'clock, everybody on the road.
It's amazing. I know this event is not easy. People, and I've been, over the years, it has gotten more, time effective. I know I've been down there when we served donuts at 5 in the morning.
We still do.
Yeah, still do those kind of things. But talk about the team that, because this is not an easy thing to do. So talk about what Sunday is going to be like for you and your crew.
Well, we'll hit the ramp about 1:30 Sunday morning.
1:30. Did y'all hear that? 1:30.
And we'll go ahead and get everything set up. We run off 2 ramps. We'll run Engineers Point and Beach Point.
Okay.
And fishermen will stop. We try to hold them back till about 3 a.m.
You try.
We try. We don't have much luck.
Yeah.
And it takes us about 2 hours to get everybody in the water, get everybody parked. And we try to go out about safe light, which is about 5:30.
Okay.
Last year it was about 8:30 because of the lightning storm.
I don't want to talk about that.
No,
yeah,
me neither.
Okay. All right.
And then weigh-in will start again at 2. But Sunday is kind of all hands on deck about 1:30 a.m. And it's kind of labor of love. You got to want to do it to be out there. So
you really do. And
we have. I have managed to, for lack of a better term, suck in a lot of family and friends. And
you have, because this is how many years you've been now?
I've been the director for 7. I've probably been involved with it for about 30.
I know it has. And Rick is another one of the survivors from 495 Union Avenue. If you don't know what that is, it's a commercial appeal. That's where I first knew Rick from his time down there. And I know that in the old days they would have the blast off. Wow. I mean, you think of that many boats taking off at the same time. I got vivid memories of that. Now it's an orderly fashion. You'll be in flights, I'm assuming.
Right. We hope to have 3 flights. We run 75 boats a flight. 75
boats a flight, and y'all can figure up how many that is. They would like to have 225 boats, if possible, at least 200.
Yes.
They want to because this in the relationship to St. Jude. This is. The proceeds go to St. Jude. I mean, this is a labor of love for the hospital, right?
Yes. I mean, every dollar we raise goes straight to the hospital. I kind of have a motto, if we can't get it donated, we don't use it.
There you go.
So that's the only way I can see to make this a huge success, because if we don't have to pay for anything, all the money can go. And every year, for the past 7 years, we've done a program called Fishing for the Kids.
Yes,
where we let the teams raise money. And this year, we had 20 teams that raised a minimum of $1,000. Team number 1 raised over $21,000.
Come on.
And team number 20 raised $1,500. So those 20 raised about $163,000.
Is that not amazing, y'all? Is that not? And these are kids raising money for St. Jude. As part of this, and I know, of course, you want to win it. You know, I mean, Wong still talks about winning it when he was
every time he.
Yeah, when he was one person in the boat at that time, and now we have 2. And this is a pick your partner. I mean, so we have a lot of dads and sons.
We have granddads.
We have granddads in there, and we have people that have fished in it for 30 years, probably that will be out there. So. Talk about that as far as it's a reunion, isn't it, Rick? I mean,
yeah, because you have people, like you said, that have fished this thing for 20, 30 years. In fact, just before I came this morning, I got a phone call from a fisherman, and he and his father, they were registering to fish, and he said he got started because his grandfather and his dad had always fished together. So you had 3 generations just in that one family.
It's amazing.
And then, of course, you've got people that, friends that have fished together and different clubs that have fished against each other. So it's a friendly atmosphere, and it's like you said, it's a labor of love, and everybody that's involved with it knows what the final objective is, to raise as much money for those children as we can.
But they want to win. They want to win.
Oh, they want to win.
They want to win. I mean, even if you don't catch a fish, I guess we got the no pot.
We have the no fish pot.
Oh, and I love it.
Peanut Craft Lures is doing the 5 smallest fish pot.
The 5 smallest fish pot. Really?
So
okay.
If you bring 5 little fish
I
to
can't believe it.
Scale, we'll weigh them. And
is Peanut fishing in this thing?
He is.
What if he brings in the one of the smallest?
It'll look a little funny then.
It will look a little funny in there, but no.
But that's typically how he fishes, though. Small.
Smallmouth. We'll get to that. And you guys really taking efforts to keep the fish alive too, right?
We do. In fact, we installed the system here a couple of years ago. They used to let the fish ride back to the lake in a big tube.
Yeah.
And we found out the next morning we'd usually have 20, 30, 40 dead fish.
Dead fish there.
So we got a Boy Scout troop, believe it or not, out of Batesville, and we used laundry baskets, and we timed it from the time the fish hits the scale till it hits the water is about 45 seconds.
Oh.
So the fish aren't out of the lake long. They're not harmed in any way. I mean, we take them straight off the scale, walk them right down to the lake, and release them.
Yeah, well, I know the folks at the Mississippi Department of Fisheries and Wildlife, Keith Mills and his crew and all like that, will probably be there, and they always rave about the way you guys handle it, because if you've never been to a fishing tournament like this, and this is we got them coming from all over the Mid-South. I'm sure there's some coming from Alabama and Arkansas.
We got them from Louisiana, Illinois.
Yeah, and I know there's other St. Jude tournaments now that have been kind of spin off on what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana, I think, does one.
There's a Dick Haley tournament up north that's been going a few years.
Yeah. So this one is in 46 years. So what are you predicting, Rick?
I think it'll take 17 pounds to win it.
You do? Okay.
And I hope we will raise somewhere around $300,000.
Wow. Is that not cool? And then you got a chance to, if you had 150 boats, I mean, what's the winner going to get? What do you think? What's
first place is $5,000.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Five.
And then even if you don't catch a fish, everybody's name goes in the hat at the end of the day, and we give you a brand new War Eagle boat, fully rigged with a Yamaha engine.
Oh my God!
Not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal.
But you got to be there.
Got to be there. Well, everybody needs to be there anyway. That's May the 27th. Get there a little afternoon or something. The weigh-ins will start at 2. I'll be on stage. I may have a surprise guest with me. I'm not going to tell you that until next week, but if not, you'll have to look at me. But really look forward to it, Rick. Thank you, buddy.
Look forward to you being there with us.
Yeah, and everybody, I've got they gave me a little plaque here this morning. Wow. Thank you, Larry Ray, guest MC, dropping lures, finding cures. I'm really happy, but I even got a parking pass, so I don't have to park in Batesville. So that's
a boat parking pass.
Huh? Guest? No, it's not a boat parking pass. Now you really got me going now. All right, Rick, thank you, buddy. See you. See you in about a week from tomorrow.
That'll be it.
Be down there. Let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Come back and we're going to talk fishing again. We're going to talk kids fishing event. There's a big fishing rodeo starting today. We'll be right back.